Quex. The pool hall erupted into an uproar of shouts, screams, shattering glass, and breaking wood. It was almost over by the time I got inside with my troops. The place was a wreck, broken bottles, snapped pool cues, and bloodied patrons everywhere. Fritz was overseeing the arrest of a group of boys and girls just a few years older than we were, while the other Hitler Youth thugs were doing their best to punish the kids they'd captured before turning them over to the Gestapo. I saw one of the Hitler Youth boys using a broken chair leg to beat the limp form of a boy who was slumped unconscious over one of the pool tables, and I grabbed Fritz by the shoulder to show him. "Horst!" Fritz cried, and I realized to my surprise that's who was doing the beating. Donkey-faced Horst, our former young folk leader, the boy who'd made Fritz fight me during the initiation test. Fritz marched over to Horst, and Horst froze. There was actually a look of fear in his eyes. Fear of Fritz. Everyone had acted weird around Fritz and me after our boxing match, but Horst couldn't really be afraid of Fritz, could he? Then I realized. He wasn't afraid of Fritz, he was afraid of the uniform. We were SRD now, Junior Gestapo. These uniforms and these silly silver gorgets carried the power to send Horst to a concentration camp. Horst took a step back and lowered the chair leg. Fritz stared at him, and I saw a bead of sweat run from Horst's hairline down to his chin. "Carry on," Fritz said at last. Horst blinked, and then smiled his horsey smile. He raised the chair leg to hit the prone boy again. "No, don't," I said. "Take him into protective custody." Horst frowned at me, but he obeyed me. I wore an SRD uniform, too. He tossed the chair leg away and hauled the boy outside to a waiting truck. "You're too soft," Fritz told me. "Fritz, we don't even know if that boy is a pirate or not. He's in a pool hall smoking cigarettes and listening to American music during the day instead of participating in the Hitler Youth. That's crime enough." I wanted to remind him that he had a box of American books at home, but SS Obersturmführer Trumbauer appeared beside us, and I clammed up. "You were so quick to volunteer," he told Fritz, "and so quick into the fray. We should call you Quex." Quex was shorthand for the German word for quicksilver. To call someone Quex meant they were quick. But there was much more to the nickname than just speed. That was the nickname of Herbert Norkus, the boy whose blood was supposedly soaked into the blood banner we'd taken our oath on. To call Fritz Quex was like comparing him to one of the most famous Hitler Youth ever, a fact that wasn't lost on Fritz. I don't know how it was possible, but Fritz looked about 3 inches taller right then. "I'm putting together a special team, Brendler," SS Obersturmführer Trumbauer told Fritz, "and I think you would be a perfect fit. Report to me tomorrow instead of going to your regular SRD duties." "Yes, sir! Heil Hitler!" Fritz cried, giving Trumbauer an enthusiastic Nazi salute. I fought hard not to show my disgust. "Nice job, Quex," the SRD boys told Fritz as they filed out. "Surrender or die." "Good one, Quex." "Did you hear that?" Fritz asked me as we walked out together. "The SS Obersturmführer wants me for a special team. He called me Quex." "Yeah, Fritz, didn't Herbert Norkus die young?" I reminded him. "He died a hero," Fritz said, missing my point entirely.